What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy ATM back again with another video. And in today's video, gonna kind of give my spin on the Lily Phillips situation that we see here. I know some of you men and women have seen her and what she's been doing with the 100 men in 24 hours. I kind of want to give a little bit of my take as more of a traditional minded man. Obviously, this type of woman is not who I would marry or even probably sleep with, just because of how nasty this concept is. But I did want to bring it up to your guys' attention. I know what we see in the background, the stuff from World Star, so I wanted to kind of go into what they were saying, and then we can come back and I'll give my thoughts on it.
Like by I think like the 30th, like when we're getting on a bit, I've got like a routine of like how we're going to do this, and like it just sometimes you like disassociate and be like, like it's not like normal at all. In my head right now, I can think of like 5, 6 guys, 10 guys that I remember, and that's it. But it's just, I don't know, it's just weird, isn't it? Like if I didn't have the videos, I wouldn't have known I've done 100, But yeah.
So I wanted to pause here. I wanted to show how I would say it's not only sad, but it's very demonic to have a woman give her body to 100 men. Literally, it's already bad that it's 100 dudes. Then you tack on in 24 hours. That's not counting dudes she's already slept with, that she's lost virginity to, and she's gotten up to this point. That's not counting any other scenes on OnlyFans, or if she's in porn or anything like that. That's not counting dudes she's going to be with afterwards. Then you're not even tacking on how this affects her later in life with her kids, her sons and daughters, if she has a man, family members. Now, I've heard her, people were saying that her parents kind of agreed with this, like her mom was for it and her dad is for it. I haven't seen any verification on that yet. I will try to find it, and if I do, I'll make a post on it. I haven't seen anything, and I hope that is not true, that parents would want to push this type of stuff on their daughters to sleep with 100 men, let alone 100 men in 24 hours. It's kind of egregious. But the main thing that I wanted to stop the video on and talk about is her giving her body to these dudes and then disassociating from the sexual act. Sex is supposed to be a unification between men and women, obviously being married or being in long-term relationships and producing children. Yes, having sex with each other is fun and it can be a great time, but that is what the purpose of having sex is to reproduce. And her taking her mental state out of the factor is a big thing, because that takes away the enjoyment of sex itself, and it's just a physical act, and she's just putting her body through it, which not only is it trauma, but it also hinders her from feeling that type of connection later on down the line, because her body's so used to this being a physical act that it's not an enjoyable thing, for her when it comes to actually wanting to love and care for a person that she wants to obviously be married to and have children with.
Yeah. I think that was kind of the hard part, is like conversing with them, and like when they'd kind of be like, oh, like we've only had 2 minutes or 3 minutes and you said 5 on the message.
Did someone say that to you?
Yeah. And obviously it just makes it feel so bad.
Do you think you should feel bad about that?
I guess when you've promised something to people who support, like by you, it's kind of hard to let them down.
But it's up to you, right? Like when you
Yeah. What you?
Okay, and that's kind of the clip. Now there is, I think it's like an hour-long documentary. I kind of want to give a little backstory real quick before we dive into my thoughts in totality. This is a woman who has OnlyFans. Obviously, like I was saying before, 100 men in 24 hours. And then the guy she's talking to is the YouTuber who's doing the documentary on her doing this, right? So to push this out, it's not the YouTube, it's not the OnlyFans part of it where it will go on her page and dudes can watch corn and her being in that act of being on those websites, this is something that is kind of is going behind the scenes, which I actually do appreciate, because then it's put into the forefront for women to realize, like, hey, this type of lifestyle ain't it. Like the mental stress you put yourself through, the trauma, the physical abuse, the emotional abuse, and then what it does to you down the line, it is very detrimental to anything that you want to accomplish, because you will always be seen as that. I don't think a lot of people understand, even when it comes to like the porn stars, they're still looked at as that. They're not looked at as moms and daughters and wives and members of society that we would uphold. We look at you as a low form, whether people like to admit it or not. That's the reality. Like, if you see your favorite porn star in person, you're thinking about having sex with her. You're not thinking about, oh, she's a nice person, I wonder what she does. You don't really care. You just want to, get busy with her. So to kind of dive off of that, I wouldn't promote this. I don't think this is something that women should be doing. Not only is it demonic, it's demonstrative. It leads to a lot of issues later on in life. It leads to hardship when it comes to dating, especially if someone who doesn't know her finally gets to be with that person, and then, let's say, the friends figure out who she is, or people around figure out who she is, and gives him the videos, right? To give you an example, I knew of a woman in school who was a hoe, right? I've known different hoes before, but we were cool, and I had no issues with her. She was cool people, she's a nice woman, but her being a hoe has always stuck with me. And like truly being a hoe, not just the ones that kind of secretly do it. Like, everybody knew she was out there, but she wasn't just having sex with everybody. But if you were semi-attractive and you could spit your little game, she probably would throw it at you. And then she had threw it at me one day. But this was after she had told me about a story of her getting an STI. And I was like, what I'm saying? So I'm not interested. It was on my birthday. She had called me and said, happy birthday. How you doing? I'm good. I'm chilling in my dorm watching TV or whatever, YouTube, whatever I was doing. I don't remember at the time. She was, oh, would you want me to come down there and give you some head? And I'm like, no. Because I already knew her backstory of the STI. So I'm not someone that's going to just say, yeah, to a sexual act, even if I'm not with someone at that time, and sex is nice. But if I know about your past, and then I know the bad side of it as well, because we're cool, I'm not going to, want to indulge in that type of activity, because it's not worth it. I don't know if you still have it or if you're clean, and I don't even really want to mess with you if you've had that in the past anyway. So that kind of can affect this woman here in the future, because the woman I was telling you in the story ends up getting married. But I don't know if her man ever found out, because we don't speak, of course. But I don't know if her man ever found out, if he knows, if she has children, if they know their mom's past. And I know a lot of women will say, well, past shouldn't matter. It absolutely matters. It's the same concept with, if someone is a felon, would you want them working next to you knowing what they have done, or murdered people, or serial killers? Obviously not. You would judge them based off of that and look at them differently, and always be on edge with them being around you. It's the same concept when it comes to women being whores. You don't necessarily want them around you, especially if it deals with trying to have a relationship with them. It matters who they've had, how many partners they've had, who they've been with, if they ever contracted any diseases, and how they view the world is going to be completely different than how you view it and how you are looked at. It's all about the respect, right? From a man's perspective, it's about having respect for yourself as a man, and people having respect. You having respect for your woman, and people having respect for y'all as a whole. Because if people disrespect y'all, then that's a disrespect on you, right? And then you have a problem with it. So, yeah, this. So I think I had seen in a different YouTuber, The Better Bachelor. Shout out to The Better Bachelor. I watch this stuff a lot, or sometimes. I'll say not a lot. But I watch this stuff sometimes, and he had brought up this video. This is what made me want to do a video about this. And she ends up saying, y'all can see it here, she ends up saying that she wants to sleep with 1,000 men in 24 hours. So apparently she plans on doing this sometime in February of next year, which is literally like 2 months away, month and a half, whatever. And she wants to, do that act again. Even though she in the video, in the documentary, she was breaking down, she was crying and saying that type of stuff that she did is not for the weak of women, which implies that women like her are strong for doing this. No, y'all are stupid for doing this. But anyway, I digress. I just don't understand the point. There's no reward in this. There's no value in this. You diminish yourself to the large proportion of people, not even just men, women as well. And you can kind of see how people view this. This isn't, somebody said something that is, I agree with. Where is it at? I just saw it. Right here. Soul ties with 100 demons is crazy. Now, it's not necessarily 100 demons, but it is having a soul tie to a different, a lot of people, because not only is sex a physical and emotional and mental act itself, it also is a spiritual act of you're always tied to these people. All right. So now she's going to do 1,000. I don't really wish her well. I think it'd be different if she was just doing this as an experiment and wasn't going to try to do this type of act again. But if she's going for the 1,000, I'm not, I don't feel bad. There's no feeling bad. It's just making sure women see this type of stuff and realize that this woman isn't who you aspire to be. This is someone you kind of in more of an evil way, but I mean, it must be said, is laugh at, right? This is type of, you need to shame this and bully this. This isn't something we praise. I don't wish she gets better. I wish women look at her and realize this ain't it. This is not about her getting help because she's going to repeat the cycle in 2 months. This is not something you just seek help and then, okay, well, I'm going to seek help for the next month, but I'm still going to do this for my OnlyFans fans. What? Then what's the point of you getting help? It doesn't make any sense. This is not seeking help, seeking guidance. This is a lost soul trying to grab more souls to bring them to that side. Interesting. My last question I leave with you gentlemen and women is she the catalyst to prostitution being legal in America? We see, transactional stuff going on within America and how a lot of women are starting, not a lot, but I'll say some women are starting to only view the men they're with as ATMs or transactions. So my question to you is she someone who is a catalyst for prostitution? I've been saying for a while, I've been telling my buddies that prostitution needs to be legal in America so we can separate the women who want to be married and the women who just want to be used for money. Both sides can separate themselves and get to their goals. It doesn't really matter, but it makes it easier on men to see who they truly want to be with. Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and commenting. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will bring another video. I got a couple of more ideas on stuff within the next 2-3 days. I usually will be dropping every Tuesday and Friday. I know this is going to be late Friday. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring this to you guys and let me know what you guys think. And I wish you all the best and have a wonderful day. ATM fam, I'm signing out. Peace.